What's going on, my exotic family? Welcome back to another video. So today's video I wanted to discuss how I support my reptiles, but also give you tips and things you can do to support your reptiles that are easy on the pockets. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, welcome back to the video. As you can see here, I have my blood python Kato out tonight. So he's going to be with us in today's video. So I'll go ahead and jump right into it. So the ways I support my reptiles is, to be honest, very simple. I work. My current job is basically very demanding, so I do work a lot of hours. And outside of those hours, as you can see in my reptile room, I mean, this video right now, it is almost 1 in the morning and I'm recording, although I'm gonna be very tired. You only can do what you make time for, so I'm always in here no matter what the time. That's probably one of the biggest things that I do to support my reptiles. Obviously, you see a lot of people that'll get animals, but they have no ways, to support them in the long run, or just because you can buy an animal, like, upfront, the upfront cost, you can afford that. Can you afford the long-term care? All of my reptiles have been or are scheduled to go to the vet, which I think is something very important. Especially unlike a dog or cat, dogs and cats can, in a roundabout way show you if there's an issue, where reptiles can't. You kind of have to pay attention and, look for it yourself. So definitely got to make sure you can afford the reptile. But besides that, different ways that I support my reptiles. Most, I have many. I have 12 snakes alone. There's 5 lizards, a scorpion, tarantula, and then a tortoise. And as you all know, I will be expanding more and more because I will get into breeding. But for now, these are the animals that I have in the reptile room. So besides work, I also buy a lot of my snake food. I buy it in bulk. It's just way cheaper. I have a local breeder who I get all of my rats and everything from. It's fairly cheap, so that's the route I chose, and it just makes it a lot easier on the pockets, most definitely. So another thing that you could do, that's easy on the pockets. If you're planning on getting a reptile but you have little time, save your money. Definitely, put money back here and there. That way, when you go to buy the particular reptile, or if you need money for the setup, it's already saved. That way, it's not directly coming. It's coming out of your pockets, but not directly. It's money saved over time, which kind of makes it easier for you. For me, I'm horrible at saving. I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes to something I really, really want, I'll definitely save money, or depending on where you're getting that reptile from, a lot of reptile keepers or breeders will work with you and do a payment plan, which I've done those as well, which is very convenient because you're paying for your reptile, and at the same time you can still save money, and it gives you time to get your setup ready and make sure you are up to date and up to par on all of your research. Another big thing for me is, as far as caging, if you're a handy person like myself, you can do a lot of DIY enclosures. They're a lot cheaper, and like I said, if you have a little carpentry in you, they'll come out looking good, but for the most part, they're not too bad to build. I actually have a few enclosure builds coming soon. I have talked about getting Luther into a bigger enclosure. He is it's like a 4.5 foot enclosure, but I want him to be able to stretch out fully. He's 6.5 foot, so he will be getting a 6 foot enclosure. And then the Tegu Nipsey, he is in a 40 breeder. For those of you that know, 40 breeder is only 3 foot, and if you've seen pictures of Nipsey, he's pretty big. I believe he's like 27-ish inches so far, so he doesn't have a whole lot of room. So I'll be getting him a new front opening enclosure very, very soon. I've been working with him on his handling, and unfortunately with the 40 breeder, as you most know, it opens from the top, so he's a little defensive with that. So I've been working with him on that to kind of habituate him to being handled, and it can be somewhat of a task because I'm coming from the top, but I'm still working with them, so stay tuned and we'll definitely get that together. But DIY enclosures are definitely the way to go, because for one, like I said, the material, depending on what you're using, is cheaper, but you can also construct the cage and make it look how you want to look. You can, put different things in the enclosure that you envision for your reptile. So that's a big one for me. I mean, as far as financials, I mean, those are the big ones. Saving money, DIY enclosures, buying reptiles in bulk. Don't live beyond your means. I mean, if you know a reptile is super expensive and you want it, don't go broke trying to get it. I'm a firm believer in I just feel like if you're gonna go broke buying a reptile, and it just doesn't make any sense, because why would you spend all your money on the reptile and then you don't want to spend the money on the enclosure to keep the reptile healthy? It doesn't make any sense. So take your time, save your money, payment plan, whatever you can, but just make sure you do everything that you can for that reptile to be healthy. That is like the underlying message in a lot of my videos, is healthy reptiles. Because I've seen it myself, a lot of people will pay top dollar for reptiles and then they want to do the bare minimum setup for reptiles, and then they'll have issues along the way. So if you can prevent that, do that, which is also where research comes in handy. So there's that. But that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to share with you guys things I do, little tidbits, tips and tricks, I guess you can call them, that I save me money here and there, especially with a baby. Sorry, Kato. Especially with a baby. Human babies are not cheap at all. Very expensive, actually. Saving money is definitely something that I'm very interested in when it comes to that department. So, especially if I couldn't save money, I definitely wouldn't have all these reptiles, and I wouldn't be able to keep them healthy. That's for sure. This is blood python. You can see this guy is eating good. But nonetheless, I definitely like to save money here and there. I definitely pinch pennies when I can, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys, any newbies or people just looking for ways to save money with reptiles. And I'm also always down for deals. I mean, when I go to the pet store to design some of my enclosures, I always check out the clearance section. There's just always some way to save money. The DIY is probably my favorite part of reptile keeping, because like I said, it saves you so much money. You get to also tap into your creative side, and then you can still make your pet happy with the enrichment you can provide them. So but that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys keep watching. I'm definitely gonna have more videos coming. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Stay clean, stay exotic.